everybody. Ken Krell here with the Pride Nomad show today. And I have a very special guest. I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here.
Well,
same place, same time. It's amazing.
I know, right? I know. It's been years, actually. This is the incredible Lee Richter, the hot, sexy, and amazing Lee Richter.
Thank you.
Yeah. And it's been, oh my gosh, like 6 years maybe? Something like that since I've seen you last. Yeah.
Because you're a nomad.
Yeah, I am.
But
true.
we have kept in contact through
Somewhat,
social media and through emails and through texts.
Yes.
So we have our way of staying connected.
Yeah. So let's tell everybody like what the hell you're doing. Because I don't even know anymore. So I know about, well, it doesn't matter what I know about. So why don't you let people, so I have some context for what we're going to talk about today. So because it'll probably be porn and stuff like that.
Oh,
so,
absolutely. I'm addicted. No,
Yeah.
Oh, that was so like 10 years ago. Anyway, so where I am right now, I'm a serial entrepreneur. And as being an entrepreneur, I'm launching companies. And now as a visionary, like even looking in the future on how to build my best legacy.
Yeah.
I started doing things like writing patents and getting patents approved.
Wow.
I just had my 11th patent approved. And number 12's up on deck. I wrote 20 so far and submitted 20 so far. So hopefully they'll all go through. They're all in the works. And I have a fabulous patent attorney who's very inspiring. He's up in Boston and he's somebody I'm going to actually see this week.
Oh, cool.
And right now, I'm just thinking like how to build my best legacy, like how to live during my legacy as well. And this nomad lifestyle has been very appealing to me. I've actually been trying it on for the last couple months. And so like you as an entrepreneur, I want to expand my wings and know the world and know new people and new cultures. And I put 1.2 million miles in my air miles since 2018, which is 48 times around the world, around the globe, our Earth. And I've seen some things. So now I'm like synthesizing all of that. You know, what do I want for my best future self?
That's neat.
And doing that.
Now, are you doing that all on your own or are you traveling with anyone special?
It depends. I've done it different ways. I've had special people go with me. Tomorrow I'm going to be seeing my daughter for the next week.
Okay.
I have a group of friends meeting me in Mount Shasta over Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I have a different group of friends meeting me in Maui. So I get to try it on with all different kinds of people.
That's great. That's really great. So because you want to talk about the nomad thing, so we can talk about that too. Mm-hmm. But I think what I want to do with you, baby, is really talk about the whole business side of things. In that the how do I say this? The balance that we have in the nomadic community is a combination of marrying travel and experience and lifestyle along with running a business.
Absolutely.
You know, and so many people. I seem to have kind of a whole variety of people in different segments of this thing. Some and most seem to have jobs and they're remote jobs. And thank you, COVID, for making that more possible.
Absolutely, it's now a choice.
Yeah, but others want to create their own location, independent business. That's their own business. Some of them want freelance, and others. More of our subscribers actually are the ones that are aspiring. Do I want to call them the wannabes or the whatever? But
they're on their way.
Yeah, but but so many people don't think that they can do it.
That's true. Mindset gets in the way. If you think it's too hard, guess what? It's too hard. If you think it's going to be impossible, it's definitely impossible. However, if you think it's going to be fun, it's going to be fun. If you think it's possible, it's going to be possible. So it all starts right there in your mindset.
Yeah, and that's really.
And by the way, if you can do it, everyone can do it.
That's absolutely
it's true.
I thought I was a genius. I thought it was just
you
me.
are a genius. However, you've shown us that it's possible.
Yeah, it's true. And what I'm trying to do too is create the level of community that no one feels that they're alone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you want to go to dinner on your own, that's one thing. But if you want a guest, you can also have that option.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
And if you want to do a month in the south of France, great. But even if you do it solo, knowing that there's someone else either within the Pride Nomad community or whatever community you're part of, there are so many other nomads that are out there. And I've experienced on the road, and you probably have too, because you're not shy.
Not shy.
And traveling solo gives you that benefit too.
I meet so many more people. I will tell you, over the years, when my husband and I would go places, we'd hardly ever talk to the people next to us. Now, I might, but because he was with me, he's not interested. And so then it didn't happen.
Exactly.
However, I could be with one of my girlfriends I'm thinking of in LA. We were just out. Everywhere we went, we met people. Every single place, right? And it was they were so wanting to talk to us. However, when I'm alone, I meet the most interesting people.
Yes.
And generally they'll strike up a conversation and ask something, and it's a bid for connection. And then I jump in.
Yeah.
A lot of times I just enjoy my time alone too. So it just matters on the time and the circumstance.
Yeah.
But I've met some, even here where we are in Orlando,
Yeah.
met some very interesting people, and it just blossomed and blossomed, and more people joined the group. And by the time we were done, there were 14 people at the table.
Was that the 2 o'clock in the morning at the bar thing the other night?
That was another time, but those were people we knew.
Okay.
See, that was
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Like the first time was when I first got here and there weren't people here yet.
Yeah.
I got here about a week early.
Okay.
I was between Palm Beach and Orlando, so I came in early, and it was before our tribe got here.
Okay.
And so it was just people I met on my own.
Yeah.
And we had Disney and kids and all things in connection to each other, like we wanted to talk about, but then also traveling the world and where have you been and what do you love? Oh, you've been to Tokyo Disney. Tell me about that. And things like that developed.
And that's the best part. I mean, it's like when I go to Edinburgh, for example, for the Fringe. Have you been to the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh?
Not yet, but I think I have to go.
Oh, honey, you have to go. It's freaking awesome.
Yay.
It's great.
And my daughter's fluent in French, so I should bring her with me.
It wouldn't matter.
Okay.
It's Scotland. But the thing is, it's the full month of August, and it's like over 3,000 different performances of everything from theater and dance and comedy, and I mean, you name it. It's crazy.
That sounds amazing.
I've been doing it for a long. It is so much fun. And shows are anywhere between.
Have you made a group of people meet you there now?
I want to do that. I want to do that for this coming year.
I think that's great.
Yes, it's so. I've done it. It's my 4th year. Did it with my mom twice. Did it with relatives and so on. They turned me on to it, but it's so much fun.
I love it.
But here's the thing: you can get the catalog early and go through all the stuff, or you can show up and pick a couple things that seem interesting. And by the way, it's a great marketing lesson because there are people handing out stuff and handing out flyers and this, and that's how they're getting their shows marketed. And there's flyers. If your flyer is boring, you're not going to fill your room. I mean, it's really interesting. Some digital marketers have been there actually. And I'm forgetting names all of a sudden, but they'll come to me. But some people actually perform there.
Wow.
Yeah, the people that you would know.
Nice.
But anyway, the point was that to find out the best shows, you talk to somebody online.
Absolutely.
And they will tell you. And you meet, I met this one guy who was adorable. Unfortunately, he's married, got a boyfriend, husband, whatever. But I mean, I would have totally dated him. He probably now he knows. But because he hung out with us, because we were just, my mom and I were having a blast, and he saw the two of us were having so much fun, and we adopted him.
I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, part of it is just opening your space for somebody else to join you.
Yeah. So if someone were to want to be traveling right now and want to create some kind of a location independent business, what would you suggest given all the stuff that you've been doing?
Well, of course, internet marketing, have Amazon store, pick out products to do drop shipping if it's something in your zone, anything that can be automated from afar, But me as a PR marketer, I can call PR media around the world anytime, any place. So it doesn't matter. Like, you look for ways to reverse engineer it for your lifestyle.
Yeah.
What kind of things would fit in? I think I wrote a list of like 60 different things I could do. Just different ways that I could do marketing with newsletters, podcasts, interviews, meet with media, like just all these different things that I can do. The other thing that I've learned too is when you are traveling, have your people come to you. Like here we are in Orlando.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a free day. It's so easy to put up a meetup or put up a note to your community. Hey, I'm in Orlando. I have a few hours. Would you like to come meet me for a few hours? And now you have people coming to meet you that are local.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be alone. I could have done it in the beginning as well. Just meet new people. Even a meetup to meet new people in the community you can do. Or join someone else's meetup.
It's a good idea. And actually, I've been around for a little while. So, if I put a thing that said, hey, I've got an open schedule for meetings. It's only, normally I would be $1,000 an hour, but today only, because I'll be here, we'll do it only for $500 or $250.
Or the mastermind, like join in for $100 each and you get 10 people and you still make your $1,000 an hour.
That's actually a good idea.
We've done it because I'll be in places where I have access to people like Tony Robbins or Joe Polish and all these amazing people. And the debrief after is so valuable. And I'm like, here I am debriefing, and then whoever's in the room is going to be educated and learning with me.
Yeah. And you know what? Even so on this event, for example, because we're at,
oh my God, we're so lucky to be here with Amber Spears.
This is a fabulous event.
This is one of my favorite times of the year. Yeah. This is her annual event for 4 rooms. Look, it brought us together. Yeah. It doesn't matter what ocean we had. I was in Japan before here, right?
And so was I.
It didn't matter what ocean was between us. We had to be here because of this community.
Yeah.
And because the community is so tight knit, we know when we meet in person, it makes the connections throughout the year even more valuable
all day long.
More meaningful. And like you said, 2:00 in the bar the other night, there was business being done.
There was.
And I'm working with someone in Macedonia that I normally would not be able to do the same thing over the internet that we could in person.
Yeah. I mean,
so that's why we were up till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
But we were actually getting work done.
You absolutely, 100% you were.
It had a little tequila involved. So it was even better work.
And I didn't see you the next morning at the table you're supposed to be at with me, but
oh my God,
I was like, I'm with Lee. Oh, cool. Oh, where is she?
Well, I have this Oura ring thing that says sleep 8 hours. And so I did adjust a little.
It does make a lot of sense. I know their sleep is so underrated.
Sleep in mine is the superpower.
Yeah. I need so much more. That's probably the biggest thing in terms of addictions and stuff.
Be addicted to that.
No. It's just, things that destroy our bodies, lack of sleep. That's one of the things that,
it's true. But when we're with people like this, it's so hard to break away because when we go home, we're back in our, or wherever we go next, we're going to not have that exact same connection.
Exactly.
And these people we've been seeing for years.
Yeah. And this is why I want to create this whole Pride Nomad community of people that are not just newsletter subscribers that are passive, but I want them on the road to play. So if I'm going to be in Madrid or if I'm going to be in, back in Bangkok or whatever, it's like, okay, we're hanging out, it'll be fun. And that's what I want them to be able to have too.
Yes.
So it's cool.
And it's a safe place because you're curating it.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. But what I liked that you were talking about is if for tomorrow, right? Today is like, for this event, today is a hangout, a chill out day. So
it's like our fun day.
Yeah. So the people that haven't left early, which we're foolishly leaving, we're at I'm saying the pool. It's the lagoon or whatever.
It's a lagoon and a pool.
It's adorable.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's really cute.
It is. It's the Conrad Hotel in Orlando. Yeah. And I got to say, I'm very impressed with this hotel. They did a great job for us.
Yeah. It's a great facility. I'll leave it there. There's another story for what happened to me here. And which gave me some tips, like make sure you keep a copy of your prescription with you. They threw out a prescription of mine.
Oh, yeah, wow.
It's
well,
gone.
that is not a good thing.
Not cool. But they were lovely people, regardless. They really were very sweet. But there was a point. And the point is, so we're all here, right? And I think at any conference, you should take the next day off. This is sort of a chill day. But
Dan Sullivan calls it a buffer day.
Yeah, it's super smart. But I like your idea. And I hadn't thought about this. If I were to say for tomorrow, I'm going to be here with you, right? And you and I both go out to our communities and say, come. We do an hour, and even if we did a couple of them, right? We have a 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, whatever it is, mastermind with people that are locally, and so on. Now, the benefit, some people may not value me at $250 an hour or whatever it may be, but me with Lee or me with whomever else.
Combination.
Now
it's magic.
Yeah, and we both get to play with each other at the same time, because it's more fun to do stuff like that. So
absolutely, collaboration makes it a whole nother level of fun.
I'm thinking, why didn't I think of that? It's just so.
Well, now you thought of it at the right time.
Yeah, and you fed it to me. So, and that's the beauty of just being with people that like and trust, and in that space, which makes it so important.
And for you and I, connection matters more than anything. And so this is another point of connection, and in real time, in real life, with people we know, like, and trust. Like, that is the magic potion. Yeah. Especially just as we got out of something that's so exhilarating and we learned so much. Yeah. When we get to teach some of those highlights to someone else, it actually embeds deeper in our brain. Yeah. So it goes from 7% in the beginning when we learn it to now 30% because we're sharing it. Do you know in 7 days you share it again, it'll be in there 70%. Yeah. It just compounds the effect. So 7 days from now, your next place you go, you can still incorporate the same thing.
And just what we did a few hours ago at breakfast.
Yes.
With Eli. Right?
I know. Eli, the travel guy, he got so lucky. He had 3 nomads at the table, which was a miracle because, and he's in the travel business and wants to teach people how to travel in a beautiful way. And look at us. We got to pour into him. He literally got $50,000 worth of coaching in that minute.
No question.
He got ideas. You could see the sparks fly. Yeah. And he was so receptive and open because he likes, and trusts us. Yep. But we were also offering things to him because we were all together. It multiplied.
100%.
It was so beautiful.
You had a great idea, your 10-10-10 idea. And then I went in and then added a piece to it. And then Jim came in and added a piece to it. Yeah. And that's the beauty of collaboration and mastermind. So,
and him being open in learning space. Like, he was in learning space for 3 days, got all these ideas. How do you synergize it and take it away and make it meaningful? Yeah. And we gave him the exclamation point.
Oh, it was awesome. It always feels good for me to do that, And the other thing too, for those, there goes my throat. For those of us that have imposter syndrome, it's like, oh shit, I know something. It really does validate that. And I want to do more.
Which,
of those.
by the way, I don't understand imposter syndrome. To me, I'm like, just be your authentic self and you are it. So I can't imagine that anyone like you could even get that. But if you do, and that's a remedy, then keep doing that.
For me, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all, I shouldn't say all because you're the anomaly here, I think.
Well, I just feel like I am who I am and I just want to be real. And so I've never felt imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it, but I do see the best in other people and sometimes they have it and they shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, I think most of us theoretically shouldn't have it. I think it keeps us humble to some extent, right?
That's true.
But when how do I say this? When sometimes I feel I'm not qualified to talk about certain things, but then I'm in a conversation and I've just done all that consulting. It's like, oh shit, I really am as smart as
I've heard people say that are like not family therapists, but then they have the best parenting advice of anyone I've ever heard.
Right.
And I'm like, you don't have to be a therapist to have really great advice.
Yeah.
So you're right. They might have gone, I'm not credentialed, but then later they're like, but I am an expert, And so maybe they elevate in a different a way that they feel like it is authentic and not imposter.
Yeah. And the thing that I want to add to that is that for the majority of our Pride Nomad community, saying most of them are aspiring wannabe nomads, right? Because whatever fear about the unknown,
resources,
safety,
can I do it? Can I really do it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what if I'm stuck in Macedonia? And the good news is, and I was stuck in Myanmar, so I get it.
You get it. But see, the newsletter in your community is now a lifeline in those moments,
exactly.
Right? Like this is giving us a way to come together and say, wait, we can support each other. We can have fun and we can be there if you need a lifeline. You
know what? We should probably, I should think about this is as we grow it, creating a 24-hour hotline with volunteers. Yeah. It's like if you're having a problem actually not even a hotline.
Or just need a resource or
a WhatsApp
help.
Group or whatever it is. Yeah. It's like, here I am, I'm screwed. Because I was in, you'll love this. This is like 15 so years ago. I was in Myanmar. And at that time, there were no ATMs. And you had to go there with crisp, brand new US dollar bills because that's all they took. So that's cool. And I thought I brought enough. I didn't. Luckily, I had a friend there who traded some money with me. But then I was on the last night. I was out of cash, pouring down rain, stuck at the airport. The airport closes. I was like, what am I going to stand outside and wait till the morning flight? And I had no money. What was I going to do? So long story short, a woman at the airport took pity on me. And that was at the airport hotel. They were like, we can't put you at our hotel, but go to this place. Here's money for the cab. Here's money for the room. Go.
Wow.
It was
so kind.
People are so nice when you travel. And
when you allow them to step up and be a hero for you, right? Yeah. Like give them the space and they might surprise you in a good way.
I think people are inherently good all over the world, no matter where we talk about. And 55% of all Americans don't have passports, which is kind of pathetic.
Here in Florida, I have known people, they're like, I live in paradise. Why do I need to go anywhere? I'm like, there's a whole world out there.
We were in a country where they had 1,200 plus year old temples. You don't find that in Florida.
Exactly. Then that was, there is a miracle to that. I was in Portugal. I felt the same way. I'm seeing things from the 600s. I'm like, they can't make anything like this today.
I know.
You can't see it.
Disney can try. It's funny.
Disney does try.
But I was in Kyoto. And I was going through some of the temples there, and then some of the bamboo groves.
The golden temple there. I'm like, there's nothing like it on the planet.
No, and I was like, this is like Disney. No, Disney is like this, you dummy.
Right.
This is the
original.
They had
fake birds singing, and even in Tokyo and Disney, I'm like, where are those birds? Oh, it's the sound. They just made it. They're fabricating it. They're smart to make it happen.
Sure,
but it's not
real. Not the real thing. But you go to my mom would send me a picture of I'm staying here tonight. No, Mom, it's just the Golden Temple. And I was there and it was raining. It was terrible.
I had the most spectacular day there. And we were the first ones in, so we got pictures with no one in there.
Yeah.
We brought a professional photographer with us.
Smart.
She was great. Yeah. Little things like that. There were 14 of us. We split the cost.
Sure. That's smart.
But we're like, why don't we not be silly with our phones and let someone just capture it for us? It was the best idea.
That is so smart. I like that idea. I mean,
and she was happy because we brought her with her.
Sure.
Brought her with us.
Yeah. And it becomes real affordable at that too. And just pick someone local so you don't have the travel expense.
You can, but there's actually companies that set up, they'll do photo shoots for you every quarter and it will include one international.
Wow.
And so it actually was very valuable for us.
Cool.
And the person who came she came from Arizona. Was so excited to be with us. She over-delivered. She was just thrilled. And by the way, she only flew in, had 2 photo days with us and flew out. But she was totally happy with it. That's her job.
That's cool.
But the 2 days we had, one was at the Golden Temple. And I just thought it was brilliant that we brought her with us.
That's really great.
We have those pictures forever. And
Yeah.
when you see it for the first time, it's magic.
It is. It really
and the
is.
reflections. See, I got to see the reflections. And
Oh, yeah.
there's just so many layers of goodness that came out of that day.
I've got to go back for that.
Yes.
But there was another part. And I forget exactly where it was because I was.
Where the geishas were?
No, I don't know. No, but I met a guy. I met a guy where I was staying. I met a guy. Yeah, I did. Oh yeah. There's a story there, but we don't have time for it.
But I will tell you got a bigger smile on your face all of a sudden.
It was a smile. I stayed at one of those capsule hotels.
Oh wow!
Which is very cool. It really is very, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so I stayed there, and I'll tell you the story.
Okay.
And so I got out of the shower or whatever, and there's this really cute guy finishing up his stuff and he was cute, and I was like, okay, I have a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So my gaydar was like up, and we started talking, and kind of find out.
Was he Japanese?
No, he's from, where was he from?
He's another traveler.
Indonesia. So, and they're very friendly. So long story short, he was gay. And
well, that helps.
Yeah, it did help, especially when we were kissing. And then we ended up in his little capsule. And anyway, so he was going to.
So you enjoyed your trip very much.
It was fulfilling.
The cherry on top.
It was, there were no cherries left after that. But he went to Kyoto and I went to Kyoto, but he was going to stay there, and I was staying still inside of oh God, where the hell was I? Osaka.
Okay.
Right. So anyway, we went up to drop his stuff at the hotel. He was staying where all these other temples were, and all these incredible temples behind where he was staying. And it was amazing. And
they're just like sprinkled in the middle of neighborhoods.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And unless you know, you don't know.
This was like Temple Land, and you would never have known that had we not gone to his little. And he found the cheapest place he could, because everything was a weekend. Everything was super expensive in the middle of Osaka. So he's like, 35 minutes outside the city, and it was magic.
Nice.
And it's that stuff that happens when you let it.
Right.
So,
and you gave it the space, and you gave it the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got it. So it was magic. And here's the thing. I'd never been to Japan. Never cared to go to Japan. I don't like Japanese food.
And typically. I don't like all the rules.
Yeah.
They have so many rules.
I didn't even notice. But they are very compliant. That's actually our inside joke was, don't ask them for anything because it'll break the matrix.
It's true.
You can't.
Honestly, like at breakfast, we would get coffee. I wanted to take it to my room. I'm at the Ritz-Carlton in Kyoto. Yeah. They're like, sorry, no, you can't do that.
Oh, wow.
And you can't like eat walking down. Like people here who like get their bags and eat. There's none of that.
No, it's none of that.
And the other thing is there's no basically almost nowhere there's trash cans outside.
That's right.
You take your own trash home.
That's bizarre.
And I think to myself, wow, when the Japanese come to America, they must be mortified when they see how we live.
It's crazy. When I left early to go to Kyoto that one day, I was leaving like the crack of stupid hour, and I asked at the hotel, can I get like a croissant or something to go take with me, even though breakfast has started. And that was like,
you can't do it.
He said, I'll give you an exception, but only this once.
They have their structure. They have their rules. They don't deviate. And their seniors are watching them. So when they deviate, they get admonished.
Oh.
It was interesting because even at one of the places I was coaching a team, and they really love each other. They're the next generation, 20-somethings. And one of them wrote a thank you note to another team member to say, thank you for helping me on that project yesterday. Yeah. The senior member saw it and said, oh, no. We write thank you notes to our clients, but we don't write them to our team members. And he's like, but I want to build the relationship with my team members. He's nope, that's not how we do things.
Wow.
So even them inside behind things, they have such structure and they do not want to deviate. Yet I see the younger generation wanting to come in and make some changes. So it's going to be interesting.
It is.
To see. It's almost like Americanizing it a little. I look at the Amish here in America, and that's what happened to them, right? They followed the rules, and then all of a sudden when they got exposed to other things, they started changing some of the ways they wanted to do it. The next generation are like, I don't really want to do it like you guys do it.
I know.
And so I'm seeing that a little bit in Japan behind the scenes. So we'll see what happens.
We're out of time, and I know I want to keep going, but I got Molly outside.
Well, I love connecting with you.
I do too.
We'll do more.
We will do more. But
we'll find another city somewhere. And I was thinking as we were talking about this and we were talking about people going to Epcot and Disney, there's all these Floridians who go to Epcot who think they saw their version of Japan.
Right.
But those nuances you and I spoke about,
they
will never see unless they go there themselves.
Yeah.
And those things are really meaningful. So
thank
you for sharing that story. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I adore you. I'll leave you one broke the grid thing real quick because we got to go. So I was on Japan Airlines flying from Tokyo to Sapporo, where I was going to do a thing.
Gotcha.
And I brought my bag on the plane, as I always do. It didn't fit in the overhead. I'm like, oh shit, they're going to put it under the plane. I was in the back of the aircraft. The flight was full. The flight attendant said, strap it to the seat. They won't even do that in the US. Strap it to the seat, we'll be fine. Like, okay,
Wow.
you go, girl.
They came up
Thank
with
you.
a solution for you.
I know. The Japanese. Wow.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is that we learn new cultures. We understand them differently, and that gives us a better understanding of the world.
Absolutely.
If someone-
And each other.
If someone wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way they can get in touch with you?
Let's see. My web is goasklee.com.
I love it.
And Lee is Lee. So goasklee.com. And my email is lee@goasklee.com.
That makes
So
sense.
that's pretty easy.
Lee, I adore you. Thanks
I
for
adore
doing
you
this.
too. Thank you for being here. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing this message. And thank you for supporting the nomads.
Yeah.
Because this is next level of life.
Yeah.
And being free is my highest value. So thank you.
For real.
I really appreciate it. And I can't wait for more journeys like this together.
Amen. I love you.
You too.
See ya.